Okay. See, in last session, we discussed about object-oriented concepts. Okay. So today we look into database concepts. In that, we have one important module called SQL Alchemy. So that is ORM tool, Object Relational Mapping Tool, or module. So using which we can connect to databases. We have different types of databases like MySQL, SQL Server. Okay, then we have PostgreSQL. Like we have similarly SQLite. All these are different types of databases. Okay, so in order to work with any of these databases, first of all, database has to be installed in your system. The DBMS, concerned DBMS, MySQL or SQL Server or PostgreSQL or SQLite, with whatever you want to work, you have to install that in the database. Then you can work with the concerned database. Okay, so have you installed any of these systems like MySQL or SQL Server or PostgreSQL or SQLite? You have any of these databases installed in your system? Okay, so when you talk about okay, now SQL means SQL Server or MySQL or PostgreSQL. Which SQL you have? We are saying SQL. Okay, you have SQL Server, but install like MySQL. That would be better. You can connect even with the SQL Server also, but if you have something like that, that would be good. Yes. Just a minute. So in order to first of all work with MySQL, we need to install. Okay, we have to install first of all SQL Alchemy. Then similarly, you have to import some other packages. But before that, you need to have database tables, concerned tables in the database. Then you can work with the concerned database using the SQL Alchemy or other kind of packages. We have different types of ways getting connected to. And in Python, from Python you can connect to databases in different ways. So we use basically a concept called ORM. ORM is nothing but object relational mapping. So using ORM we connect to database. ORM stands for object relational mapping. Relational tables, they get connected to underlying class. The other time we saw what exactly a class is. Okay, so in the same way we can connect to here. I mean, in a database table you have in the database you have a table. To the table you can connect a class. This is called as ORM, object relational mapping. Relational tables get connected to the class objects. So object, as we know, is nothing but instantiation of the class. Okay, so it's nothing but instantiation of the class. So using the ORM tool, we can connect straight away to the underlying database table. But before that, what we do, we just see how basically the SQL works with the Python. Okay, how this Python works with the SQL. So for that, we require some packages. Okay, so MySQL is required. MySQL database is required initially to work with the say Python. So I have MySQL, with that I get connected. So very first thing is what? MySQL connector. You have to download to work with Python. We require MySQL connector. We have to install that particular package. MySQL package we need to install from the into Python libraries using pip. You can see something like this: pip install MySQL. So this is going to install MySQL package. Okay. So it's giving some error, but otherwise this actually installs. Pip install MySQL, when we say this gets installed in our system. This is already installed in my system. Now let me come to this point here. It's a CD, then followed by Python CSV. Okay, in this I try to install once again pip install Python, sorry, MySQL. But in my application already the Python is installed. Okay, I try to install like this MySQL.connector. So what happened here? This has installed. MySQL connector has been installed successfully into my system here. Now it is available. MySQL.connector is available. So using that, we can connect to underlying database. So here, I create a new file for which I use Python. Okay. In order to work with MySQL, first of all, I have to import followed by MySQL.connector. I'm connecting to, I need to import that module. So once MySQL.connector module is available, I can open a connection. Then after that, I can execute commands. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm first of all importing the module MySQL.connector into the current application. Then after that, I need to open a command. I need to create a command here. So in order to create a command, in order to execute a command, we need first of all a connection. So we write here my connection. I can write something like this: my connection equal to, how can I connect to database using MySQL.connect. Okay, so using this method MySQL connect, Here what I do, I write first of all host. Host is nothing but here for me local host. Okay, host is local host. Then here I need to go with the other parameter, that is user. User equal to, I put this as root. There can be different users, but I use here root user. Then I need to specify here password. Okay, I want to write this as password in this way. I can put this as password equal to, here I write something like this. So this is the password I am using. This is basically for getting connected to database. Okay, we need to specify even the database name in that. So using this, we can connect to underlying database. Okay, but let me show you here my SQL command line client. We need to specify here password. I specified password here, then my SQL prompt is opening. Then I can say here show databases. Whatever database are available, I can see here. I have certain databases here. So Vault, TestDB, MySQL, Performance Schema, Sakila, like this, we have certain databases installed. Now let me open the SW2L. I write use SW2L. So using this, I can open database. Now I can see what tables are available in this. I write like this, show tables. So using this, we can open the tables. Okay, I can open tables like this. Okay, so here what is happening exactly? I have opened my SQL command prompt. Then whatever database are available, I am seeing there using show databases command. Then I go to open the database SW2L. It is open now. Whatever tables are available, it is showing there. Further, you can see the structure of the table. Yeah, you can install PostgreSQL also, but that is different library. You need to do that. Okay, so in this, if I go with the DESC users, so what it says, it can describe the structure of the database table. We have different column names like username, then date of registration, user type ID, password, is retired, user ID. Like this, we have few column names. So first column is varchar, second column is date time, third is integer type of data, and fourth one is again varchar, character data. Then is retired integer, that is either 0 or 1 or 2 we take here. User ID is varchar 100. So like this, we have here certain columns in the given table. Users is the table. In this, primary key is the first one. User ID is actually primary key, which is in the bottom. Okay, that should not be getting duplicated. So like this, here we have. Now I want to connect to this concern table using this program here. So what I specified here, host equal to local host, root equal to user equal to root, password equal to, this I specified. Okay, now suppose I want to connect. I put password, this one. I put this as password. Now I want to connect to this concern table here. So this should not be curly bracket. This has to be normal bracket because we created here a object. My connection is nothing but a connection object. I have opened a connection. So once connection is opened, here what I can do, I can create here, I can create a cursor. A cursor is nothing but command object. So using command object, you can execute commands. I put here CMD. So CMD equal to, I write here my connection dot, then I put this as here cursor. So cursor is nothing but here it is a command here. So using command object, we can execute commands. So once you get hold of cursor, with the help of that we can execute certain commands. A cursor is nothing but here command object, I say. So using command object, we can invoke commands. To issue commands, we require here command object. Something similar to MySQL. In order to open the MySQL, first we need to give the password there. So once you give password, you need to change into concern table. So once you once you change to concern database, here you can give the commands. We can give commands here. But here what we are doing, we are just getting connected to underlying MySQL database. Okay, then in this, we create here now a new database we create. We are not opening any existing database. Now what we do, we create actually, we create a new database. So let us try to issue that command. Here we can issue command like this, cmd.execute. We give a command, execute command. So using execute command, you can create. Okay, this is execute followed by create. Here we write create database, then give the database name. So what database name we give here? I give something like SDB. The database name is nothing but here SDB. I would like to create a database. But in this process, what happens? Sometimes it can give error. Therefore, I go with the try, then followed by, when it is try, we need to move towards right side. Okay, then here also, we have to move towards right side like this. Or else, press enter key. So it is in the same, at the same level. Here we print database created. Okay, else, suppose this is wrong, then we go with the except. Then we print here error creating database. Okay, like this we put. With the help of this code, we get connected to MySQL database. Once we get connected to MySQL database, MySQL engine I can say. So once we get connected to MySQL engine, here we can create a database. Database name is SDB. If you look at command prompt like this here, right now there is no database. Associated database we don't find here. When you try here, show databases, we cannot get it. If you go with this, you cannot see the concerned database. SDB we don't have in this. But once we complete this program, here we can find the what is the name I gave here? SDB. So SDB is another database we are creating. Right now we don't have here in the collection of databases in the MySQL engine. You cannot see that with MySQL. We cannot relational database management system. We cannot find it. So now what we do, we create a new database that becomes part of actually the MySQL relational database management system. Now when we execute it, you can it works for us. Save as. Then in this, I go with, then say here Python CSV. Here I specify the name of the file, DB creator. So we say it as dbcreator.py. Let me go to command prompt. Then here I just run this. For that I use command Python dbcreator.py. Like this I give command. So it says here no attribute connect, it says here. So when we go with that, it says no attribute connect. Okay. MySQL connector we have taken. So when we go with the connect, it's not getting connected. It says no as such attribute. So let us see what are the attributes available with the MySQL. So when I have written here, when I have written MySQL.connect, it's not getting connected. But on the top we have imported MySQL connector. Okay. So any of you try to do something like this as SQL. We'll try to put something like this. Then in this, I want to go with the SQL dot connect. Like this, I want to run here. Import MySQL dot connector as SQL. My connection equal to SQL dot connect. So this is the code I changed here. Then once again try to run this. So what it says this time, database created. The database is available now. We go to this piece of code and try to see that whether it is available or not. So this time also it's not it's showing here. You can see SDB is created now. If you look at this particular thing, database is created. So using this script, you can create a database. But already if any database is existing, it gives error. Because already database is part of the collection of databases in the MySQL. So when you try to, in that particular instance, so when you try to again create, it should give error. Now just try to execute once again the same code from the Python prompt. It says error creating database. So why it is error creating database? Because already database is existing for us. Since database is already available, it cannot once again create. So therefore it says error creating database. If you change its name, in that case, okay, SDBM I say, now this can create without any problem. And I go and run this. So this time, without any problem, it can create because there is a different name. When we go into this and see, again you can find it. A new database can be found here. One is what SDB and other one is SDBM. So in order to work with MySQL, first of all, MySQL connector we need to download. Then after that, we need to import MySQL.connector as SQL. We are using it as SQL. Then followed by SQL.connect we have to use. Earlier what we have done, we need to write MySQL.connector.connect we have to write. We haven't written, because of that we have error. So import like this, MySQL.connector as SQL. Then after that, my connection equal to SQL.connect. So using this, you get connected to underlying database. So once we connect to database, here you can invoke the commands. Very first thing is what we create a connection. Sorry, we create a command object. So CMD is nothing but command object. You can assume like that. So once command is created, using command, we can issue the commands here. We are issuing the command called create database. So using the create database command, it's creating database for us. If you have any questions, just ping me, Swati. You can type in the chat window. Whatever database password, whenever you install MySQL or SQL Server or whatever it is, whatever password you assign, whenever you install the instance, MySQL instance or SQL Server instance, whatever instance it may be. So whenever you install software, at that time a instance gets created. At that time, whatever password you are setting, that you need to give. In the same way, whatever username you have, that you need to give. When you create database, whenever you install database, at that time you have to set some password as well as username. So whatever username you want to use, you can use. Here by default it is root user. Okay. And when I was installing the database, at that time I assigned some password that I have to give here. And one more thing, we can have n number of users. Need not be only one user. It's local host only because we don't have any other name. When you are running in the same system, it should be local host. But if it is in a different server, you have to specify the server name. Okay, so something like this. For example, I have in this manner something. So this is this is a database I am using. So this is nothing but a database which I am getting connected to server side. Okay, so in such cases you have MySQL 5006 dot. Please specify, then after that we specify the password. Something like this we do. So once it's opened, it can show you the concerned database here. So all these are nothing but databases we have in this. Okay, so like this it is available for us. So this is what is happening for us. It is, you can see here, this one you can see. So once we get connected, we can use this PHP MyAdmin for MySQL administration purpose. Okay, this is available somewhere in the, somewhere in some US server it is available. So using this particular mechanism, we have a, for servers you have some something like domain name or something. With the help of that we get connected to it. Normally this is the way we get connected to it. Okay, this is what here is a local host. So in the local host we do like this. This is what local host. So in the local host what we have, this is the ID. Okay, user ID is this one, password is this one, then host is local host. So instead of that I can have different one also, different local host also, different database server name also I can use. So this is database server name and this is username, and this is what exactly, this is the password I give like this. Okay, now next thing is we need to open existing database. Sometimes what happens, we have to open existing database. So in such cases you can specify the database name as it is. Or else what we do now, instead of creating this database, I want to show what are the database tables available in that. So in such cases, what are the databases available in that I want to show you. So therefore I try to list here. It's not only creation, it's even showing the databases. Okay, here what I do, I already have cmd dot execute. I give here show databases. I give a command like this. Show databases is the command I am giving. So next step is what? I have to retrieve all of them. Here I write DBS, that means databases. You think like that. Then I write here cmd dot fetch all. So with the help of that we can fetch all the things. I say fetch all is a method. With the help of this all the records can be retrieved. Okay, next thing is what? I want to print one by one database name. For DBN, I write here database name, it is in DBS. Then here I want to print every database name. Print followed by here DB name. Okay, so when you say show databases, it shows the names of the databases. When I say dfd.dbs.cmd.fetch all, it can fetch all those names. Fetch all means it's going to retrieve. It's going to retrieve into a list here. Into the list it's retrieving all the data. So once that is retrieved, even here we try to print what type of data it is. So print followed by type. Then here what we specify, DBS. What type of database it is, what type of object it is, we can print. So fetch means here we are giving this command execute show databases. So it can select all the databases, but into our application it has to fetch. Here what is happening, when you go with the show databases, it's printing here. In the command prompt it can print, but here it can't print like that. So when you say cmd.execute show databases, it can retrieve databases. So using fetch all, it can fetch all the names into one object here, DBS. So DBS is here list or cursor. You get either list or cursor. Sorry, not cursor. What we say, we have tuple. We have tuple. Into tuple, this comes here. Now let me run this here. So what it says, list it is, class list. Into the list we are getting the database. So it says RIDB, information schema, MySQL, performance schema, Sakila, SDB, SDBM, SW2L, SYS, testdb world. So it is nothing but a list in which you have tuples. A list with the tuples we have inside that. Okay, we have a tuples inside that list. So it is fetching all the names and showing for us here. We have here different databases: AllIDB, Information Schema, MySQL, Performance Schema, Tequila, SDB, SDBM, SW2L, SYS, TestDB, Word. So like this, we have all the database names. Same thing you can get from here. When you look at this, here you are getting the same names. Okay, but here it is retrieving and putting in a list. In the list, it is nothing but collection of actually again tuples. So they are getting printed here with the help of this piece of code. One by one we retrieve and we are showing here. Okay, so it's printing in this manner for us. Type of DBS, when you say, it is saying list for us. If you look at this piece of code, list, but this is nothing but list of tuples. It's nothing but here list of tuples. When you try to print here, what it says, see, print followed by here type, then here write DB name. So what it says, in this case it says it as a tuple. Sorry, not that. It has to be this piece of code. What is saying here, initially it says class list, but after that, for every iteration it says it as tuple. So it's nothing but list of tuples. All the tuples, they are coming into list here. So from the list, one by one we are retrieving and we are showing here. Okay, so like this, we are retrieving all the database names using here this particular mechanism. We use MySQL connector. With the help of connector, we get connected to database. Okay, so once it is connected, it's called as connection. My connection is nothing but connection object. You can think like that. So using connection object, we get connected to database. So once connection is available, you can invoke commands using command. So CMD is nothing but a command object. To open a connection, what we do here, myConnection.cursor. So this opens a connection. So once connection is opened, once we create a command object, using connection object, we create a command object. So using command object, we can give here. It is something like this. Suppose I close it here. MySQL, I'm closing. Just I close this. Now that is closed. Here once again what I do, MySQL, I say command line client. With the help of this, I open a connection first. Without opening connection, I cannot invoke commands. So first I need to open a connection. So I should specify here password for that purpose. I give some password, with that it is opening. So once opening, I can invoke commands here. Without opening connection, I cannot issue commands. So same thing we do here. Same thing we are going to do, but here like a command prompt, it appears for us, but in the code, so it doesn't appear, but internally it's nothing but a command object. CMD is nothing but a command object. Using that, we can invoke commands. Okay, so first we open the connection. So once connection is opened, we create a command object. Using command object, we can execute the commands. Show databases is nothing but a command. With the help of that, we are retrieving all the database names. Now further, what I do here, instead of saying show databases, so this time I want to do something different. Here what I do, so we have different databases in that. I say use SW2L. Okay, then in this show tables I say. So with this what happens, it can show the existing tables. Whatever tables are available, it's going to show. Now here also I want to see whatever tables are available in that. Now here just let me use that command. First of all, use SW2L I say. Use SW2L. This is the command I am giving. So next command what I do, cmd.execute. Okay. Here I say use. Already I am saying there use. Then here show tables command I give. Show tables command. Using show tables command, it should show the tables available in that. Whatever tables are available, they should be listed here. So what I'm writing here, dbs equal to cmd.fetch all. Whatever table names are available, they should be shown. Now let us run this. Whether this works or not, let us check. So what it says here, it is saying as user assigned roles, then user roles, user types, other thing is what users. So it is showing you the database table names. In the concerned table, SW2L is a table. So SW2L is database. So in that whatever table names are available, it's showing for us. You can see the table names from that. When I say show tables, it's showing. Yeah, then you need to create table. You need to create table, then you have to see those things. Okay, you have to create, then you need to see in that way. Otherwise, it cannot show anything. If tables are available, it can show. Suppose you want to create some other table. Okay, in this what I do, I want to create a new table here. I can create a table. If I want to do something from here also, I can create a new table can be created. I put a comment here. Then what I do here, this also I comment. Then I can put on the top like print table created. But earlier we were creating some different table. So let us go to SDBM. Okay, table name is what here? SDBM. So in this, I want to create a table. I just go with the create table here command. Followed by table name, I can put here sample. I put like this here. So then inside this, I can specify the name of the column, ID. Then followed by, I put here int. Then I put here auto increment. Then I say primary key. Like this, I can 1 minute, please. Hello. Start అవుతుందా ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ టోల్ గేటా ఓకే 2 hours లో చేస్తారు అయితే ఓకే okay, so here I'm defining a table like this, ID, then followed by I put here name, then varchar 100. I put this is some sample table I'm creating here. I put a semicolon here. Then when I run this, it should create a table created. So it should print for us table created. Okay, now just say save this, try to run from the command prompt. So it is giving some error. All the single quotes are not working properly. Okay, but it's giving there only. Multi-line comment is not working. Once again, let us try to run this. So fetch all, it is showing some error. So we cannot do a multi-line comment like that. Then here we use the hash key. That would be better if we go with the hash key. So here also we put a hash key. And here I put another hash key. Okay, so now let us see this. How the table gets created in this. It says error creating database. So what is the error? Let us see. Okay, exe as exception. So something like this we do. Then here we print exe. We write it as exe With this we can know what error exactly. Okay, so this is id int auto increment. I said primary key name varchar 100 I am saying, so it should create without any difficulty when we say that. But what is the error it is giving? Let us see in this. Exc is not defined, it says, but we have defined here. Exc as exception we have defined here. Okay, so otherwise what we do, as exe we put. So it says here, you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual, line number 1 it says. Use SDBM, we have used, that is correct. Is it lowercase? We have to use SDBM. We put like this. Line number 1 it says. Probably we don't require any semicolon like this. Let us see that. But this is the command we have to use, and one more bracket we are missing in this. That is the problem, I think. Yes, that command, that was a problem we had. Now table create it says. You can see the table message, table created. So using this command we are creating the table. Let us go to this and see. In the SW2L, I just type here once again list or show tables here. When I say show tables, this creates a, it is not showing any other table. What I used actually, it was a different database. SD, so this is what SD, what was the table database name we are using in that? SDBM. So this is SDBM. When we open that, in that you can find show tables. When we say, it should highlight that particular table. So it says here sample. We are getting here sample table. So from code also we could create here. A table could be created easily from this code also. So using this code we could create here a database table. Okay. So earlier we created a database. Then after that we have listed all the tables available in the database. Then now what we are doing, we are creating another table in that. We could create one more table in that, in the database name SDBM. Okay. So next thing is what, now I have a table called sample table description I want to show here. That means what are the columns available in that I want to see here. So therefore here I comment this one, then here I write cmd dot, in the brackets I write like this, describe, then I write here the table name as sample. So this can describe the table name. Next thing what I do here, I can fetch all the columns from that, dbms dot fetch all. Okay, then here in the for loop I would like to print all column names. One by one I want to print here the column names, and this has to be commented. I just comment, yes, I'm going to comment this. Now let us run this particular thing. Okay, print db name, when we say it's showing some error, let us correct that. So these are not required for us. Okay, what it says, dstribe, it should be. So cmd dot execute also required here, followed by describe. I should use or also, so that should be describing the database table. Object has no attribute, execute it says. But here we have cmd, spelling is wrong again, exec, okay. Okay. It's showing like this. You can see ID. Okay. This is what int. Then what it says, try it says none auto increment. Similarly, when you go with this second one is also name, varchar 100, then yes, byte array B, none, it's saying like this. So it could retrieve even the column names. Whatever columns are available, it can retrieve using this command. Okay, so we are getting connected to underlying database. Then from there, what we are doing, we are invoking different types of commands. First thing is what? Create database command, then opening database, then creating a table. Similarly, describing the structure of the table using describe command. We can describe the structure of the table. We are describing that. So this is what is happening. We are executing different types of commands. So for this purpose, first of all, you have to install mysql.connector. So once connector is available, using here with the help of connect command, we can actually create a connection object. Once connection object is available, you can invoke commands using cursor here. To create a command object, cmd equal to my connection, then dot cursor that that creates a command object. So once command object is available, we can execute various commands here. We are executing here different types of commands. Okay, so now in this, what we had actually auto increment, then primary key. Now suppose I want to insert some data into this concern table. Okay, so this is what creation of table here instead of say describing, what I do in this case, I just want to insert data. So for inserting data, first one is auto increment. That means automatically the value gets inserted. But here next step is what? I want to insert from this code. So cmd dot execute. Then what I write here, insert into command I should use. Okay, insert into the table name is what? Sample. What column I have to insert here? Only name I have to insert. I cannot insert the first column, reason it's auto incrementing. Automatically the value comes there. I put here values followed by I put some ASR here. Okay, I can put here ASR like this. This has to insert a value called ASR in that. Okay, so what it does exactly? It's going to insert a value called ASR. This is the syntax. Using this, we can insert data. Insert into table name followed by list of columns. Then whatever value you are trying to insert, we can insert. Now let us save this and try to execute whether it inserts or not. Let us check. No result set to fetch from it is saying there. Okay, so since we are using fetch, but whether data is available or not in this, we can check. Go to this and try to see the data from the table. Select, we say here, select star from sample. So it is showing no one row instead it says. But what is the data available? Empty set it's saying here. No data is inserted. It could not insert any data into the concern table. So what is the reason? Select star from sample, when we say, it is not showing anything. Sample is the table. What command I gave here? Once again, let me check. Okay, insert into sample, followed by name we gave, then we are giving values. So using this command, we can actually, it should insert data into the concern table. But why it is not doing it? So cmd.execute, when I say insert into sample, when I say insert into sample, name, values, ASR I am specifying, this should insert data into underlying table there. But it's not inserting. Okay, when we say dbs equal to cmd.fetch all, we say fetch one. It's not inserting. cmd.execute, when I say, it has to insert data, insert into sample. Okay. When I put here name, column name is here name, nothing but name only. If you look at this code, on the top you had name, varchar 100. Okay. When I'm trying to insert, this should take values. This is a normal command we give. Insert into sample, column name I gave, then values I gave. It has to insert, but nothing is happening. No error also in this. It's not showing any error. What could be the reason? So once again, let us see. Once again, we execute this. It says empty sets, no data available in that particular table. Okay, so what we do, we just comment this here. Okay, fetch one we say or fetch all we say. Even though when you say fetch all, it is not going to be working like this. So what could be the reason? We have opened database in that. When we opened straight away, it should be working. There is a problem for us. Okay, that is fine. Here, I think I'm not using any commit command. So due to commit command, it's not working properly. So cmd dot commit I should use. Then after that what I do here, I come to this point and I print here, here I write records inserted. One minute, enter. Record inserted is, then what I do here, I just go to this point, then write cmd dot, I can write this as record count, row count. I can say how many rows are here added. I can print with this row count, I say. Okay, so commit means it permanently saves data in the database. So without commit, what happens? In the buffer only it saves data. So if you don't use commit command, it will not be saved permanently in the database table. That is the reason I think so. So save this here, then execute. Okay, again I'm using here something wrong. So commit must be not with the command object, with the connection object. We have to say that. So this is my connection dot commit. I should write my connection dot commit. I have to use here. So with that, it should work properly. So record inserted is one. It is saying one record is inserted. This time you can see. Okay, now let us go into database table. From there you see one data is available. ID is 3. ASR it's giving you one record. It could insert here. So using this command. Okay, so with commit only, ultimately you can save in the database table. If you don't use commit, data will not be saved. cmd.execute insert into sample name values ASR. When I say it is trying to insert data, okay, it goes just into buffer. In the buffer only it will be saved. When you say commit at the time, it will be saved permanently in the database. If you forget to add commit, it will not save in the database. So commit is very much required, and commit you have to use with the connection, not with the command object. So we have to use commit with the connection, not with the command. CMD is what here? Command object, whereas my connection is what here? It's the connection object. So using connection, you have to commit that. My connection dot commit, when you say, it gets saved in the database. Okay, now we could save data in the database table. It is saved successfully in the database table. At the end, it says records inserted is. It should be inserted. Inserted is, when you write like this, it can show you number of records inserted. Now I try to insert more things in this. I put here some AVR, then followed by here I put once again say AMR, then here I put ADR. Like this, I want to insert multiple values into this. Okay, so this is what here I want to put AVR. Okay, already ASR we have here. Then I put AVR, then AMR and ADR. I want to insert this many. I want to insert multiple values. So therefore, I gave values AVR, AMR, ADR. It should insert multiple values into that. Now let us execute. So in such case, what should happen? It should say 3 records inserted. Still it says only 1 record. Records inserted is 1, it says. But when we go into this and see how many it is saying, let us see in that. So it has inserted only 1 record, that is ASR. Once again, it has inserted only ASR record. Okay, but what I gave in this, did not I save this? I have saved. This is okay. Okay, when I go with this AVR, AMR, ADR, when I try to execute this, so this should be inserted. In fact, I could save this even, then I try to once again execute this. Now this time it says record inserted is 3. Earlier I think it is not saved properly, so it says this time records inserted is 3. Now if you come to this and see what rows are available, we can find from that. It shows now A star, AVR, AMR and ADR. It can show here total how many records? 5 records. Here also we got message 3 records inserted. So like this we can insert data into that. Okay, so this is what basic SQL commands we can run from here. Basic SQL commands we can run here. You can insert, you can delete. Okay, you can even here see. Once again, what I do, I try to delete all the data from the table. Delete from sample, I write here. I'm going to write delete from sample. Records, instead of saying inserted, affected. I put here, affected is how much it can show. So how many it should show now? 5 it has to show us. Now try to execute once again this piece of code. It says records affected is 5. No records are in that. If you look at this table now, no records are available for us in this. Empty this is. Reason we have deleted all the records from the given database table. So like this you can perform insertion, deletion, updation, even creation. So whatever you want to do, you can do using here MySQL connector. Okay, with the help of MySQL connector, we can do these things. First, we need to open a connection, then we can execute commands. Okay, we have seen in this creation of database, then creation of tables, similarly insertion of data, deletion of data, even listing actually the database names in the instance available, listing of tables of the given database, similarly showing the column names from the given table. We have done all those things. So this is what exactly getting connected to MySQL using MySQL connector and performing some database operations. Okay, so you need to do more and more work with the MySQL, install MySQL, then try to run normal SQL commands, create tables in that. Okay, try to put some foreign key, primary key relationships in that. Okay, number of tables you create, try to insert data into them, try to retrieve them. So even we retrieve data from the given table using actually select command also. Even we have shown them here on the screen also. So like this, you can do many things. Many in the sense, whatever operations you can perform from the Python also using MySQL connector. If you want to work with PostgreSQL, you require different connector. If you want to work with SQL Server, you require different connector. So MySQL.connector is for getting connected to MySQL database.